What's up, mortals? I am Slime Green Beats back again, and these are 5 mixing tips for 2024. I've actually been in the studio a lot lately. I haven't been making as many videos, but I've definitely been putting in work and really working on the sound, playing different instruments. And these are some of the things that I've noticed in over the last while, I guess, or just recently. These are just like 5 great mixing tips I thought I would share with you guys. And I think these are really important things and really great things. So, number 1, velocity. So, note velocity. Don't underestimate note velocity when it comes to drums, especially the snare. Okay, so let me go to the snare here and show you what I'm talking about. Pretty sure this is the snare. See how I moved it down a little bit? Like, the difference between this, if I move this up, okay, when I move it up, you can hear like the difference. It makes a huge difference in the overall sound of the song. Like, okay, and yeah, if you feel like your snare is hitting too hard or just too noisy, try lowering the velocity of the snare. I'm big on snares because I play drums, and I definitely recommend anybody who makes beats get you a drum kit or just a drum setup, whatever type, and it'll teach you a lot about drums. One thing I learned from playing drums, because I actually picked up playing drums fairly recently, and one thing that I learned from playing drums is the velocity of the snare makes a difference, and obviously like the snare sound makes a big difference. So, but mess with the velocity. Same thing with the keys, but play with the velocity almost on like any sound that I create at this point. Like right now, I'm looking at the velocity and I'm tweaking it a little bit. I'll at least move it up and down and be like, okay, where's kind of the sweet spot? Mess with the velocity. Like before you just go to the mixer and lower the volume, or if you lower it here or whatever, try tweaking the velocity. I'm telling you, like that softer snare sound often works. That's at least what I like. But yeah, I usually, like I said, velocity. All right, my second tip is double the reverb. So there's 5 tips. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not, but double the reverb. So double effects, like in general. Now, I don't know if I did do that on here. If you listen to the melody here, I have 2 reverbs here. I use the Fruity Convolver and Fruity Reverb 2. And when people ask me like, can you make professional quality stuff with FL Studio? I'm like, literally, there's like so much detail in just reverbs. Like there's multiple reverbs. Look how many presets this reverb has. I mean, come on. Like, I don't even go that deep, but you can if you want. That's the cool thing. But try putting 2 reverbs on. Like, I like this wide reverb preset in Fruity Reverb 2. Convolver, I just use the default sound. I think the default one sounds great. It works a lot of the time. And you can always just turn it off or turn it on if it doesn't fit. But try doubling reverb, I think, and try doubling effects in general. Like sometimes I'll put 2 EQs, 2 Fruity Love filters. It makes an interesting sound. Try doubling things in general. Next one, EQ. So let me see. This is a fairly recent track. I probably haven't even EQ'd it yet, but like EQ. Let me find like a bass sound. Is there a bass in this? Yeah, I made this like earlier. All right. Let's have a bass. Okay, there it is. All right. So where is this? This is in here, yeah. Where's for EQ two? Golly, man. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's go back here. Oh yeah. Also put the EQ at the bottom of the mixer. That's probably a good habit. I So I try not to compete sounds in general. It's kind of mixing it. Mixing in a nutshell is almost like not competing sounds and leveling. But if you use the EQ again, I would at least try to use the EQ, then use your ears. Try not to be too visual, but the visual does help. Like, I kind of like the buzz of this bass. I'll definitely have to listen to this one on speakers, but if I cut this part off, you'll see it kind of leaves more room for higher end sounds like snares, and maybe the melody kind of creeps up in here, hi-hats. So definitely EQ. There's a lot to say about EQing, but like definitely get in the habit of EQing. I don't like love EQing, like, I don't like, that's not why I make beats. But like, EQing is kind of like, EQing is an important part of mixing. I think any mixer will tell you that, and EQing is pretty important. Again, I don't love EQing myself, but FL makes it about as fun as it can possibly be. Like, look at all this colorful stuff going on here. All right, panning. So again, like I just mentioned, like mixing. A lot of mixing is just separating sounds and like separating and leveling sounds. And panning is a big part of that. So panning is when you like literally separate the sound. Like you can go mono. So I'll do an example. I'm not gonna save this track, but you kind of hear the difference between like this. This is mono. This is stereo, where it's more wide. So when it comes to panning, mixing headphones for sure, I think help with panning, and that's actually one of my tips later. But mixing headphones, I don't have any rules of panning. I know there's like certain structures that people have. I personally, I like to have my own little flair when I mix too. That's one thing I noticed too. But like that's with beats in general for me. I like to have like my own little flair. I don't always like to just stay by the rules. But yeah, panning is kind of like one of those fundamental things. Like, yeah, you're gonna want to pan at some point. Like you're gonna want to pan. You gotta see a little bit of the panage I do here. Again, I haven't like fully fleshed out the mixing on this track yet, but you're gonna want to pan and just experiment with the panning. Like a lot of people say like lower sounds kind of pan inwards, more mono, melodies a little maybe out, but hi-hats maybe out. But just experiment with panning. Just get in the habit of panning. And panning is a good way, especially like if you have multiple melodies, separate the melodies a little bit. Panning is watch my panning video that I made. It goes more into panning, but yeah, definitely pan and pan. I just like saying pan at this point. All right, next panning. Next okay, one more time. Panning. Okay, next freaking my last point is use mixing headphones. I have some ATH M50Xs by Audio Technica. But just get you some mixing headphones. Type in mixing headphones in Amazon, and look at the headphones. These cost about like $150. I've invested a lot into honestly, I can honestly say everything I've bought music wise, I feel like has been worth it. Like even if it was very costly for me at the time, it's been worth it. Like $150 headphones are understandably pretty expensive. Granted, I spend like $70 on freaking gas nowadays, but $150 for some headphones does sound expensive. But dude, I would not get rid of these headphones. Like these headphones are clutch, man. I love these, and a lot of my friends love these too. When they listen to music, they almost like have never heard music like that. Like these headphones are hard. But get you some mixing headphones because it helps you hear the sounds a little bit better, especially when you're panning, like the smaller details basically of a track. You can handle with the mixing headphones, and definitely use speakers. Like I said before, like try multiple platforms, speakers. Listen to if you depends how serious you are, but like listen in your car, listen maybe through a phone, listen through speakers. I at least do like speakers and headphones when I'm listening to something, and I'll also just play through my regular computer speakers at times, just to kind of see how it sounds on multiple platforms. But actually I like making beats the most with headphones on. Um, that's also the thing. So whatever you like making with, I would say stick with that, because beats and you're gonna make the best music when you're like happy about it and feeling good about it and having a good time vibing. I think that's when you for sure make the best music. I like making music with headphones on. I don't know, for some reason I feel like I just make better melodies, and I feel like I just have a better time overall. But yeah, definitely get you some mixing headphones. So that's it, guys, for this video. I should have mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but check out our website. We got some cool products on here. I'm gonna update the Wonderland Melody Loop Pack. Like, we got Melody Loop Packs here. These are I kind of do these differently. I kind of make these more of like a long-term investment. Like, I've added loops to the free loops pack. So if you downloaded this like a while ago, maybe check it out again. I've updated this one. Like, I added like maybe 10 and plus more loops or something like that. Next, I'm gonna add like the melody you just heard. That's gonna be in the Wonderland kit that I'm gonna update. So definitely check these kits out. We sell beats on this site too. If you need beats, for whatever reason, check those out. We have a How to Make Beats book. Check that out. And we have our mixing book that we're coming out with. So I have a How to Mix Beats that we're dropping very soon. Yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for subscribing. I know, like, or watching too. I know, like, I haven't made as many beat or videos in a while, but like I said, I'm still going hard with the music. I'm definitely going hard with the music, and thank you guys for not unsubscribing. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for not unsubscribing, and whatnot. So, guys, thank you as always, and take care. Peace out.